and true ever. So, hour being 7:30, we'll call to order the Board of Health meeting for the 4th of March. Hopefully, not on mute this time. Looks like we have members of the board, so we have voting members. First thing on our agenda is the review of minutes from the 18th of February. Anybody had a chance to review them and had any comments or updates or changes?
I didn't find anything. Looks pretty good.
Same here.
Have anything either?
It's good to me.
Okay. In that case, we'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion in regards to the minutes from
February 18th.
18th, 2025 Board of Health meeting. The Board of Health approved the minutes as written.
Great. Motion has been made. Do we hear a second?
I'll second.
Great. Motion made and second. Any additional comments? Then we will vote. We will start with Stefan,
Aye.
Rachel,
Aye.
Mona,
Aye.
and I also. So 400. Approved of the minutes. And a little early, 7:35 animal permit review. I think Mr. Donahue, are you on for the animal permit?
I am. Hello.
Hello. Are we expecting anybody else, or can we proceed a little early?
Uh,
Uh,
oh, sorry.
yep. Anybody?
My wife is next to me, but I don't know on your end.
Okay. I think we've got everybody we need then.
Cool.
All right. We do have the application. Mr. Donahue, I'd like to see if we can actually, if you get a few minutes, just give us a little bit of information about what your approach is, what your um, plan is, and if you've done your notifications and if there's been any feedback.
Yes. Well, we haven't gotten any feedback on the notifications, but we did get all the signatures within the radius that was required from the town. So there's like I think there was like 16 signatures or something that we had to get. But in terms of the coop and the chickens themselves, we're looking at getting 3 chickens. No roosters, obviously, just for having some eggs around the house. We already have the coop in the shed. It's from a pretty well-known coop manufacturer, and that's going to be well within the bounds of my lot. We already have the manure plan, and my wife can probably speak to that better than I can. But yeah, there's we also have we plan on fencing in the coop just so that we can. There's a chicken run that's attached to the coop, but we're also planning on fencing around it just in case we end up wanting to give them some fresh air.
Very good. Much appreciated. Any questions from the board?
So you haven't started building the coop yet, Mr. Donahue?
No, it's fully obviously where I'm waiting for slightly warmer weather just so we can. I want to be able to break ground and dig a sort of a pest barrier so that they can't dig under the coop. But it's all in my shed right now. The full set is in my shed. And I shared the schematic of that, I believe, in the documents,
Mhm.
but I have not built it yet.
Okay. So once it's built, Melissa, you will send
Yes,
will
so Dina, our animal inspector, will go out once the coop has actually been installed. Correct.
great.
Okay. We
Is
did
that
have, sorry.
during the winter time? Like, do you guys have the coop heated, or I'm just like concerned about like, you know, the chicken like in the winter time. Like, I'm not sure. Like, our chair has chicken. What do you do, Rich, usually in the
Well,
winter
I,
time?
I bring them in the house and they stay in our bed with us, right?
The plan. No.
No, there. Yeah. So, Mr. Donahue, I also have chickens, so I'm obviously very supportive of anybody taking it on as a challenge. Yeah, we have a small heater, infrared light that just heats up for the coop, but they're hardy. They cuddle amongst themselves and stay warm. They've been doing that for millions of years, so they're pretty robust. Unfortunately, I did lose two this month to
Oh,
hawks. So
oh,
yeah, when the cold weather and the hawks get hungry, I love hawks. Nothing against them, that's their nature. But we lost two of them just because of the cold weather, and they couldn't find something to eat. And they actually got very creative in how they were attacking. So um,
Yikes.
yeah, something to always be aware of. As long as it's fenced and covered and closed, and you have a close eye on them,
Yep.
they're great to have.
Yeah, and they will be covered and enclosed at all times. The coop has a roof, obviously, and so does the run attached to the coop. The coop, but I'm planning on building an aerial barrier for the surrounding fence as well, because we certainly have hawks in this neighborhood as well.
no.
Absolutely.
And Dina, the animal control officer, did go out last week and said everything looked great, walked through
Yep.
everything, and then additionally said that she'll confirm that she'll go back out once they have the hens. And then additionally, the routine inspections like all the chicken permits get as well, Mona.
Yeah, that's very good. It's an excellent idea, especially these days. We can't find eggs in within reasonable prices these days. So it's
Yeah,
very
that's certainly part of it.
yep.
Awesome.
Great. Yeah. Any other comments or questions from anybody on the board?
Oh, can I jump in for a quick question?
Oh, please.
So I know that I have a friend who did this in Rhode Island, made her own chicken coop, and they were very strict about the restrictions on how high it could be because of a local endangered bird living there, with some kind of owl, I think, or something. Do you know if there's anyone we need to talk to on like the conservation board or the wildlife society, anything like that?
I mean, our animal inspector goes based off of our animal regulations. So as long as they're
Awesome.
adhering to our regulations, which I would assume they would be conforming with other
Great.
local regulations.
And she did inform me. She came out, I believe it was last Friday, and she came out and notified me of the wildlife in our vicinity, and owls were on that list. She did not mention any specific requirements due to the owls aside from protecting them from aerial attack.
Very good. Great. Any other questions, comments? If not, then we'll entertain a motion.
I can entertain a motion in regards to the animal permit application. The Board of Health will approve the application for 38 Eldor Drive, South Walpole, Massachusetts. Do I need to add anything?
It's just contingent upon the successful inspection once they've obtained the hens. Or actually, do they get the permit and then they get the hens, or what's the
So
order?
yeah, so they can get the permit because Dina did already go on the property, so she did approve their whole plan, that an application that was submitted, and then she'll go back out. But the permit can be issued because they did the whole application process, and she did conduct the site visit.
Perfect. Even better. So leave in Mona, your motion is perfect. Do we hear a second?
I'll second.
Perfect. Motion made and seconded. Any other comments? Great. Then we will vote on the motion. We'll start Stefan,
Aye.
and then we have Mona
Aye.
and Rachel.
Aye.
Oh, that was an aye, correct?
It was I. Yes.
Thank you. I also. So motion passes. Permit has been approved as written for 3 permits. So best of luck to you guys.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Great. All right. And that looks like all we had on our agenda. Nice and quick and easy. Anything else we wanted to cover?
No,
know
that's
there
all I
was-
have. We have our next meeting on the 18th of March, and I did write in our last email correspondence. As of now, the remote meeting allowance is due to expire on the 31st, but I've heard a lot of words that it is probably going to be extended. But that being said, I will reserve room space in April. And again, we would be meeting on the 1st and 3rd Tuesday. So April 1st would be our first meeting in April, but we'll know more, I'm assuming, at our March 18th meeting. I just wanted to get on everyone's radar.
Great.
Great.
Sounds good. Any other discussions, comments? Anybody have anything to bring up? In that case, 7:40, I'll move that we adjourn. we hear a second?
I'll second that.
Motion made and seconded, and we'll vote to adjourn. Stefan,
Aye.
Mona,
Aye.
Rachel,
Aye.
and I also. So call to the end of the meeting at 7:40, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Take care. Have a good